So I thought this was a great image in kind of plugging it together into the outlet. Um, Key things, core things here. You have 5 basic shapes that you need to start with. You have a circle, square, triangle, and just a period and a line. If you can draw those 5 things, you can draw anything. This is not about being an artist. This is not about, creating a masterpiece. This is, if you're in social studies, if you're responding to a story, you can have those basic elements to draw from. You can start off with one color, like when I do, taking my notes when I'm attending PD and different sessions, listening to people. And then you can take it back later and you can add more color to it if you want to, because you'll be concerned about trying to make it look pretty at that time. So key thing is you're more likely to go back and look at notes that you drew pictures or you doodled some than you are just making a bullet list and going back, because most of the time people do not even go back and review those notes. So I said some templates you can use, some frames. You can use them as linear, and that's when everything's kind of in rows or in blocks, and you put them in frames and banners. You could do popcorn style. You put it just randomly anywhere on the paper. You can make a path. You could do a radial design. You could do a modular. Modular, I use the example here with just basically, it's just a pattern shape of some kind of format you want to use. Vertical, you could go like this, or you could even go skyscrapers. Part of it's, smaller at the top, it's larger at the bottom. And then I thought maybe let's try to draw some little small images together. So if you have scrap paper with you, or your Chromebook, your template, and we could just share. So I had some different little images here. We could draw a house together. Think about those 5 little shapes that we talked about and draw you like a house that you want to. A coffee cup or a teacup, pizza, chat boxes, and a submarine. That one was kind of thrown in there to make you think, So we're going to draw those together real quick. And we know our time is limited, so I know if you don't have a lot of detail, that's okay. That's your choice. Of course, my pen. You can add toppings on your pizza. Your favorite thing that you like on your pizza.
I like it all.
A chat box. How would you make a bubble box to show where somebody's speaking? And then your submarine. And they can just be randomly drawn together. But I wanted you to actually have to take the time to draw some simple little images that we could share together. So for my friends at home, here are some of my quick examples. Hi, Pam. Hi, Malaya. Oh, I love it, guys. Great. So if anybody'd like to just show theirs real quick here, we could share out.
You show mine, I don't care.
Thank you. Here's another one that we have. Oh, here's another. So thank you guys for doing that with me and just sharing. So that just lets you know right there. Triangle, ovals, circles, squares, a line, you can draw. So your toolbox. They're the main components of your toolbox. So I use Brandon's name here as my little visual toolbox. Your font, you can vary the font however you'd like your font to be. You need to have, as far as you can have some color added. I would say don't worry about that right away. A map of ideas. How do you want it to go in the direction you want your ideas to formulate? Arrows with directions, give importance to things. Bullets, you could do different kind of bullets. You don't have to always just do circles. You could do stars, you could do hearts. I'm thinking about the kids in the classroom and what they would like to have. And then frames, containers. They don't even have to be a full frame. They could just simply be just lines that are the points on the ends of some little caption area. If you are feeling overwhelmed, maybe start with just 2 things you would expect your students to do for sketchnoting, to practice with them, and then they'll start enjoying it more, and you can add more elements in. So the thing is, how to approach this? How am I going to, deliver this to my students? You pick your topic. what are you teaching that day? What's your writing prompt maybe, or what's the story you're going to be reading about? What's the period in history that you're going to be discussing? You choose your delivery method and how you want that. You may have a student that's going to present information and they have to sketch note from the student's project. And then your students are actively listening because you can walk around and see them, drawing, and you can tell right away, are they on task or off task, So these are key questions you can have your students look at. So what's important to you, to the author you think, or to others? And then you can tie in some other information that might be interesting. What was new to you? Or how do you connect to that content, or what the prompt is for that day? And then maybe some ahas or surprises. So you might want to pick two on this side because these are kind of, maybe literal, just straight out there. And then these are kind of like going to be subjective.
Right.
It's going to be their opinion.
Higher order thinking,
yeah,
a little deeper.
Right. So those are some guided questions to help you to get started with. Then I had put 2 links here. There's a website called Noun Project, and if you just type in the name or the title, like say you put in their car, it'll give you a bunch of little images of how a car is drawn. So that's a resource for you and your students. Maybe you could build up a visual library journal of a couple little pictures. This link here, I was going to have us do a Jamboard together, and we were going to draw some things on digital, on just creating the Jamboard. And I know our time for the sake of time, but you'll have this where you can take a picture and then have your students, and you can see everybody responding to how they drew, and they can see it all together at one time.
Nice.
For the sake of time. And then Sylvia Duckworth, I have the resource, the book, and I'll show it to you later because I have it up there at the table and we're moving quickly, is 30 Google Slides of all the different kind of things that you might want to even look at to draw from. And she has like 10 or 12 images for each slide, and it's random, all kinds of different things. And then I provided a sample of a template of what a sketch note might look. It doesn't have to be as busy as this to start with. I know some of them were very simple that were in Tana's book that we referred to. They had just the square. You could have the 5 square method, with writing. You have your prompt in the middle. You could have your characteristics, the setting, a definition written in your own words. That kind of thing. So, and Jamie's gone ahead and did the QR code, so hopefully it'll come up.
Well,
and
I
she'll.
just did a picture of it.
Okay, I thought maybe you were going
I
ahead.
hope we get a link to all of these.
We do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, yes.
Yeah.
So then I provided you with some examples of some ideas of what you could do to practice, just to start off with some easy things. I also showed you some examples of students. Now this student, they did a theme.
I love that.
And it was about, they wanted to have just sea life. And it was about how sketchnoting affected them and made it important.
Wow.
This one, though, is a science, and it's about living plants and places and habitats for plants.
Wow.
So you can see the diversity. But even kindergartners can even do this. If you can, put the pencil to paper, they may have to go to an aide and say, this is what this is supposed to be for that little, but they can do that. And that for them, they think they're writing. So, it's real important. You could review a TED Talk. We all like those. A blog post. I was thinking about a favorite quote, a staff meeting, a how-to instructions, a step-by-step. Those are key things that maybe you could use. Some ideas there. And so then I thought we were going to have the full time because from our paper, it looked like we were going to be in different sections. Just pick.
Just
so
3, right.
I have a math one on how to do multiplication facts, how you can learn from that. I have one about science. It's about how an atom is formed. I have Vincent van Gogh, especially since we had the immersive experience. I had to put that in there.
Yes.
I have Martin Luther King's speech. And then I have our story that Tana used us with was about Grandma Emma and where she walked the whole Appalachian Trail.
Love that.
And then this one down here is a musical one for our musical friends. This was Bach. I was going to put Mozart, but I was like, everybody knows Mozart. So put something different. So you can click on those, and you'll have those resources to go ahead and use with your students and let them practice.
Wonderful. Now, did you create those yourself?
Yes.
Oh, you're great.
Well, these I got from YouTube. The videos.
Okay.
Yes. But I've looked at them, I reviewed them, and they're good to go.
Good.
I tried them myself, but some of my resources that I used was from our session that we had with Tana. Loved her, and like I said, I went ahead and got her comprehension books because I like to also help with my new teachers how they can also get that deeper thinking. Michael Rose, who also was the one that founded this, idea. Sketchnote we know has been around forever, but he told about his story and how he struggled. And then Sylvia Duckworth's The Educator and Student book. That's just all the different examples. But you already have where she had access. You could you go to her link and you can download those slides. But you already have that in the QR code.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Wonderful.
if you don't, I will make sure you will.
She said we'll have
Yes.
links to everything because there'll be sessions that we miss, and this way we can go back and watch the sessions that we missed.
Gee,
So
How did you do this?
this is all Canva.
Really?
And that's what I also wanted to experience with too, as I haven't had a chance to use Canva.
haven't either.
And this is awesome. And when I went to the Teach Meet, I learned some different things too. Also, I went back home and revamped this after the Teach Meet big tech session that we went to. That was huge also. But you just type in simply what you want to insert in the slide. These were all already generated, this backgrounds.
Nice.
And I just embedded them and uploaded them and, used what I thought would be. So like this is from Tana. Let's see, you put it in present at the top.
And you just scanned it?
Yeah.
Is that what you did? Or took pictures on your phone? Or how did you do that?
I just uploaded it from a download from off the internet where she has those resources available and just embedded. And then I added these little graphics to, make it look like it's plugging together. So
That's impressive. That is impressive.
that's art in itself.
Thank you. Let's see, we've got a couple comments here with our group from home here. Oh.
You can tell she was an art teacher. I mean,
Yes.
so well, did teach you art.
Yes, my background is art in Round County and Wolfe County beforehand, and so I was an administrator at a principal at a grade school. Very fortunate to have that experience, and now I'm in the central office with a whole new title and working with new teachers, also working with the PD for the county for the arts and humanities. So I'm super excited about having this opportunity to share, and so I'm going to be presenting this also to the small cadre sessions that we have, kind of like breakout sessions.
That's
also
great.
to the district. So I'm super excited. So you all guys were my guinea pigs.
Multi-purpose. No, you did awesome. Yes, you did.
Thank you, thank you. Do you guys have any questions there in the virtual world? I'm so
job, Andrea.
Join me, Julia. Thank you. Oh, I want a picture of it.
I'm hanging on my refrigerator, my wall here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you all very much. And if you have questions, just let me know.
Hey, Timmy.
You can always contact me, but I will send it to you.
Hi, Tim.
I have a Morgan, you were the one I got to get it to, Morgan County, because you were wanting to present. So I hope this is going to be right up what you need. Okay, great.
You made my life easier.
Oh, good. Hey, that's what we're about, helping each other.